Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am back with another client tutorial where we're doing this nude matte going out makeup. So let's begin. I'm going to first start priming her face with my porefessional primer, which I love to use on my clients. It just works perfectly to smooth out any pores, any fine lines and wrinkles. And then I'm gonna go straight in with the foundation. Here I'm using Huda Beauty's Fox Filter foundation. I like to apply a very thin layer with my foundation brush and just just spread it out evenly on her face and a little bit down the neck. And then I take my beauty blender, which is wet by the way, and then I like to just melt that in the skin. All the products that I'm going to be using here, I'm going to mention them in the description box down below because this is real time going on. I don't have the time to show what products I'm using, but they're going to be there for you to check out. The first time I used a beauty blender, I never looked back. I cannot use brushes anymore, although I do have to give them a try, but yeah, I'm just very comfortable with the beauty blender. Now I'm taking my concealer. Here I'm using MAC Pro Longwear, and I like to just apply it in the center part of her face. This did a perfect job concealing her dark circles since she doesn't have too many, so it worked really nice for that. Also about the beauty blender, do not use just any sponge. Like, beauty blender is worth the money, so go ahead and invest in it. You will not regret it. I like to blend the concealer with the pointier side, and then I dab the rounder part of the beauty blender where the edges meet the foundation. This creates a very flawless blend of the concealer and the foundation. Now I'm using a darker color foundation to just cream contour. I like to use a smaller brush to just place my product on the face. The creamier the product, the better, because then it won't dry out. It'll give you some time to blend it out nicely. And the color, make sure you use something in the warmer tone rather than ashy. Now I like to take my Morphe M459 brush and just blend that contour out. This is one of my favorite brushes. I know Morphe has a larger brush that's the same shape. That one works perfect as well. Definitely do check these brushes out. With this particular shape, you can still blend the contour and not go out of the zone and still kind of keep the product intact where you put the product in the first place. My goal here is to just spread the product a little bit, move it around, and then I'll further blend it with my beauty blender. Again, going in with the rounder part because that's the part that has the leftover foundation. I'm just gonna go right on top of the contour product. That just blends it out super duper nicely, really melts it into the skin with the foundation. Every time I go over the concealer part, I'm always using the pointier side. You don't want to mix your darker and your lighter zones, just remember that. Once I'm satisfied with my blend, I'm going to take my baking powder and I'm going to apply where I applied the concealer. So underneath the eyes, a little bit on the bridge of the nose, and then forehead and the chin area. Right here I'm using Huda Beauty's baking powder in the shade Banana. One of my favorites right now for, more dramatic looks. Now I'm just setting her contour with a darker color face powder. I could literally throw out all my contour powders and just use face powders because they do a better job anyway. They provide more coverage and just long-lasting results. The key is to use less product and a very light hand. Now to further clean that contour line, I'm going to bake underneath it with the same baking powder. One thing I learned through experience is to do this step even after using the contour powder, not just the cream contour. Diana already has full brow, so I'm only taking a brow gel from Anastasia and I'm just going to fill in her brow with that. It just gives a very natural finish. Now with these type of products, make sure you use less product. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to make your life easier, just use less product. You can always build it up, but taking out a product is always much harder. I love using LA Girl concealers just to clean up the brows. The reason being is that they already come with a brush and it just, saves you a little bit of time. I can buy these concealers over and over again just to do this step. That's how much I like it. Now I'm using my Tarte concealer as an eye base, which is working so well for this step. I even like it better than the P. Louise one. It just provides so much more coverage and it's matte. It does not move, it does not crease. It's really good. And then I give it a wash of powder on top, just so I don't put my eyeshadow on a cream surface. It won't blend as well. Now we're gonna start with a light brown eyeshadow and blend that in the crease. For this eye look, I used Anastasia's Norvina and Sultry palette. I highly recommend her palettes if you are a beginner or you don't already have your first palette. Definitely invest in that one. Her formula is very creamy and easy to blend. Now I'm using a darker brown and just putting that in the outer corner with a pointy brush. And if you guys want to know what brushes are my favorite, check out my last video. I'll link it up over here for you guys to check out. I talk about my favorite blending brushes in that video. I'm just going back with the lighter brown and blending everything together. I will also take the two brown colors and just blend on the lower lash line. I'm only blending it on the outer corner and not taking it all the way in. This just makes her eye look more open. Now for the eyeliner, I'm taking one from Fenty and I'm just going to draw a very nice winged eyeliner. I'm sorry that this angle is the absolute worst to do this, but this is what we're working with. My first time using this eyeliner and I was pleasantly surprised. It's not matte though, it had a little bit of shine to it, so if you don't like that, definitely don't buy it. After the eyeliner, I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I'm going to further darken up the outer ends. By doing the eyeliner first, you have a very nice vision of where you want to put that black eyeshadow. Just makes your job so much easier and so much more efficient. Now I'm taking the same pointy brush and the dark brown eyeshadow and I'm just blending the browns and the black together. After I'm done with the eyeshadows, I'm just going to flick off the powder. In case I have any fallout from the eyeshadow, this step is a lifesaver. Now to achieve a very clean eyeshadow edge, I'm gonna take some face powder with a very thin brush and I'll just cut underneath the eyeliner and you'll see it just brightens it right up. Please note that during the last 15 seconds, her eyelash glue was drying and now I'm just putting that eyelash on top of her eyelid. I'll be honest, it's not as easy as it looks right here. There is a point when the eyelash turns tacky, so don't miss that point and apply the eyelash at that exact point. And while you finish the rest of the face, just keep an eye on the eyelash, like it's not, coming out from one end. The inner corners are always tricky. Almost always cut the eyelash a little bit on the end because I don't want the eyelash to be that long that it's dragging my client's eye downwards. You have no idea how many times I see people doing that and I just can't. Now I'm just touching up the contour part a little bit more. This time around, everyone's tan is coming off, so their skin tone is a little bit tricky. Their arms are still darker, their neck is whiter, so I'm trying my best. And if you're wondering, yes, that's baking powder sitting right there until now. I'll take it off at the end. I also decided to bake her nose a little bit more. If you can tell already, yes, I'm a huge fan of baking and structuring the face. Now doing some final touches, applying mascara, and also I'm taking a Nude eyeliner to apply in her waterline. Now I'm just gonna flick the powder off her nose and apply some highlight. I don't have the footage where I'm applying highlight on her cheekbones. I'm not sure if I did that. She looked gorgeous regardless, so doesn't matter. Now to take the powder off from underneath her cheekbone, I use the same brush that I used for her contour, and it just gives me so much satisfaction that I'm blending it this way. Now to line her lips, I'm using MAC's Soar lip liner. Then I'm going in with my favorite nudes ever, which is Anastasia's Pure Hollywood liquid lipsticks. It's just the perfect like nudie pink kind of a color. I really like that one. They could be a little bit drying, but if you apply a little bit of lip balm before, you should be fine. Plus the color is gorgeous, so Now just blending in with the lip liner again, just to give some dimension. Finishing it off with Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray. And she's ready. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below what I should film next. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!